Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
It should be noted that Welcome to Night Vale is not a creation of my own. I am simply sharing my thoughts and comments on a podcast that I enjoy. Thank you, and please have a nice day.
Hello and welcome to this video. I hope everyone's doing alright, I hope everyone's having fun, and I hope the universe is treating you well. I got a little bit different setup. I'm using a tripod. I know you can't tell very much because the video is going to kind of look the same, but I'm trying for where my mic is and where everything is, so that being that, let's get into the video. This is Night Vale. This is our 33rd episode of Night Vale. So yeah, it's called The Cassette. And we'll see what our boy Cecil has to say.
Perhaps you noticed something strange yesterday, and perhaps you have forgotten it. Welcome to Night Vale.
I had to put some lotion on my hands. Just got out of the shower, and for some reason in the wintertime when I get out of the shower, my hands are like exceptionally dry, so that's kind of what's going on there. That's why you see this.
Hello, listeners. I'll get to the news in a moment, but first, I was digging through some of the stored up belongings clogging my closet. You know, childhood toys, blood-soaked rags, a gem the size of a fist.
You know, the things we all have laying in our closets.
That shows you visions of yourself as an old man staring wistfully back at the past that is your now. That kind of thing. And I came across these cassette tapes, marked Cecil Radio Test, age 15. You know, listeners, I have no memory whatsoever of making these tapes. Isn't that so weird? At one point, they must have meant so much to me, and now they are just objects, with no remembered life attached to them at all.
Yeah, I understand that completely. No, I don't. I can only do so much of a hoax. No, me and childhood friend I grew up with is a really good guy. Still keep in touch with him. We used to make our own tapes of different things, and well, kind of crazy. I'm kind of glad that they've all kind of are gone.
I thought we could listen to them together. Just me and you. All of the yous out there.
I like that. That makes it more like you're part of the town. You're part of the broadcast. Like you live in Night Vale type thing.
Here we go.
Hi, Cecil here. Mom gave me this recorder for my birthday so I could make my own radio shows, just like Leonard Burton's show at the real Night Vale Community Radio. I'm going to replace Leonard one day. I really want to. Plus, the tablets down at City Hall say so. So I better start practicing now. Leonard always starts out his show with his big catchphrase, and so I'll do it too. Just the way he does it. Here goes. The sun is actually cold. It's cold and empty, and all is lost. Greetings from Night Vale.
Well, you know, That is one way to open a radio program.
How was that? Hold on. I want to hear that back. Wait, where's the stop button?
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Cecil again. Wow, is that what I really sound like? Oh, no, this is so weird. Okay. So, in local news, a new pizza place opened, and I went to it. It's called Big Rico's, and it's pretty good. I mean, I prefer Sammy's Ultimate Sliceria by the Ralphs, but it burned down last week. And that's too bad. Oh well, I'm sure it'll be rebuilt soon. Wait, what is that? Huh. It went away when I hit stop. Oh, but now it's back again. It's this kind of flickering in the corner of my eye, like someone's waving their arms.
Evilness. Or not really evilness, night velness. We'll go with that.
Right next to me, but when I turn, there's nothing there. Oh well.
It's probably the faceless old woman.
Oh, hey! Do you want to hear me sing? Here's the Night Vale High fight song.
Kind of sounds like the Clutch Cargo theme song. If you know, you know.
Wow. That flickering got really strong when I sang. Oh! Leonard's going to be on soon. Alright, goodbye for now, or, as Leonard always says, see ya, Night Vale. See ya!
Well, yeah, interesting. I like the click. I don't recall any of the cassette tapes that we fabricated when I was growing up having that kind of click in them. You know, when you stop, just a kind of like a slam cut on a video, just kind of. I don't think you actually heard that click. It just kind of abruptly changed.
Well, listeners, Leonard Burton. Now that takes me back. Leonard was the host of this very show when I was a child. I remember almost nothing about him.
Yeah, which is funny. There was a radio station in Copper's Cove when I was growing up. It's KOOV. And it was country and western when I was growing up. I believe it's like rock and roll or something now, or maybe mixed. But when I was growing up, it was just straight up, you know, Patsy Cline, Hank Williams Sr., Ernest Tubb, that, you know, that kind of real country music. And I don't remember. There was one of the announcers, one of the radio hosts on that, who a few years after I graduated from high school and had started working with TDC, had got arrested for drugs or something, and it was like this big thing. But I can't actually remember the show. I can't remember the announcer. I can remember the scandal, but it's just kind of really, really weird.
Still don't remember making these tapes. Finally, on this show, something strange to talk about.
Okay.
But first, the news. The Museum of Forbidden Technologies is proud to announce their new special exhibit. A startling and highly forbidden piece of technology brought to us by time travelers.
You gotta watch them time travelers. You know, they're liable to bring you all kinds of crazy stuff.
Or ancient long-dead aliens. Or Russians.
Russians. That's my bet. Russians.
Or whatever. The technology will be kept in a locked vault, which itself will be wrapped in thick black bandages, with a handwritten sign taped to one side saying only, "Nope."
The thing is this came out, I want to say 2013, 2014, something like that. Here, let me check the actual. Let me check the actual site on that. 2013. Interesting. Before that, the whole "nope" thing caught on as a big old meme.
Ticket includes a free audio guide, which will play a single piercing tone designed to considerately remove you from the world of thought and sound and sentience.
That would be a pass for me.
The Museum of Forbidden Technologies. Bring your kids. Otherwise, something even worse might happen to them. And now for traffic. Everything's looking clear out there today. All the commuters feel like, perhaps for the first time in their entire lives, they are seeing themselves and the world around without illusions or denial. All of the
when people are that clear-cut and confident about something, there's a proverb from the last of the Frank Herbert Dune books, Chapter House. Dune, it says, somebody who reports everything running smooth. Show me somebody who reports everything is running smoothly, and I'll show you a person who's covering something up, because real boats rock. That's just one of those things that's just kind of cool. The last 3 books that Herbert did in the Dune books were really, really philosophical about religion, politics, law, and stuff like that. But that's for another video. We are currently in Night Vale.
them have pulled their cars to the side of the road in the sudden shock of such absolute truth. Some are sobbing into their steering wheel, touching their skin, and remembering what they hadn't known they had forgotten. Others have stepped out of their cars and are picking up handfuls of dirt and laughing at the realization this is bringing them about atoms and the universe and death.
I wonder if they're riffing on the video for Everyone Hurts by REM. Because the actual music video for that, you know, people are getting out of their cars and walking over other cars and stuff like that. It makes you wonder if that this is a riff on that, or if it's just completely unrelated.
A representative for the sheriff's secret police announced that there wasn't such a thing as a secret. Not really. Or that maybe the entire world was a secret, and we are all in on it.
Now that, I know they're playing that for laughs, but if you think about it, in some kind of a metaphysical way, you know, never know.
She then saw a cloud she liked and smiled at it.
I've done that. In fact, I did that earlier today. I was out moving some brush, moving some dead wood up to the burn pile, and there were some just really, really pretty clouds as the sun was going down. And the refraction of the light through the atmosphere, gave the clouds kind of oranges and reds, and the sky lit up in a bright orange. It was just kind of cool, just the dust and everything. I just kind of looked at it and went, you know what, that's kind of cool.
So, be sure to allow a lot of extra time for any journeys today, and be on the lookout for abandoned cars and dazed people wandering into the roadway, because listeners, everything's looking clear out there today. This has been Traffic. All right, I admit, listeners, I'm very curious. Let's get back to...
Yes, let's get back to the tapes. I wonder if this is going to have an in-universe commercial. We haven't had like a Pizza Hut or something like that commercial in a while, or Subway or something like that. So I'm wondering if amongst him listening to his tapes, we're going to get something like that.
These tapes of this younger person with whom I share a life.
Cecil again. My brother says that I'll never make it in radio because my voice isn't right for it. I need to get more like Leonard, with that perfect radio voice, all high-pitched and grating like sandpaper, just the way radio voices should be. I've been seeing that movement more, even when I'm not recording. It's like someone is walking towards me, but when I turn, there's nothing there. And it's not the faceless old woman who secretly lives in our home, because I asked her, and the next day our kitchen table had been flipped over and superglued to the floor, which I'm pretty sure is her way of saying no.
Yeah, I would think there would be better ways to say no. But, less dramatic ways, I guess you could put it.
I wish whatever it is would just say hi. Whoa. I felt something touch me. I think maybe making these tapes is encouraging it. I'm going to hit stop now. Hey, Cecil here. Great news. Leonard agreed to let me intern down at the station doing all the things he doesn't have time to.
Uh-oh. I guess Cecil made it through the intern process.
Like organizing the tape archive, making the coffee, and keening to station management for the prescribed 3 hours daily. Oh, I cannot wait to start. Mother says to beware, be warned, be wary. She says this to everything, no matter what you say to her, so I think that means she's very proud of me. Heck, I'm very proud of me.
That's kind of cool. Just even though this is fiction, just the different things that I know that run parallel. When I was growing up, when I was 15, 16, 17 years old, it's just kind of humorous. It kind of pushes those buttons, those nostalgia buttons.
I wish my brother could be proud of me, but no family member is perfect. They become perfect when you learn to accept them for what they are.
I don't remember having a brother.
Oh, gotta laugh. It's just, that's just one of those things.
These tapes don't make sense to me. When did I intern here? Intern Jesus? Are there any records of me ever interning here?
Jesus. The next name on your if you're playing the Night Vale bingo intern bingo game.
Jesus. I forgot. Jesus never returned from investigating the bottomless pit in the intern break room. To the family members and loved ones of intern Jesus. Oh well, you know the usual. Sorry, just distracted. More from these tapes of my misremembered past soon. But first, a word from our sponsors.
There we go. A in-universe commercial, I hope. I hope this. These are usually, even the ones that are fictitious commercials are funny, but the ones when it's something real world they're just even better.
When you die, the surface of the moon will not change. The difference between the landscape and lighting of that barren little world from a moment where you exist to a moment where you do not will be minimal.
He's not wrong.
And unrelated to your passing. From a car window driving on a highway, looking up at a moon framed by incidental clouds, the surface will be the same muddle of mystery and distance it always is. And even a methodical study of your absence as it pertains to moon geology and cartography will find nothing.
Once again, he's not wrong.
Searching through a powerful telescope and analyzing with computer algorithms built around your non-existence, even that study will find that all craters and rocks appear to be where we left them a few years back. That it is the same distance, orbiting at the same rate.
Actually, no, it's not at the same distance because it moves it's either 1 centimeter or 1 inch away from the Earth every year. So, like, I'll be 55 later this month. It's moved in my lifetime. It's moved a little over 4 feet from the Earth. You know, the distance from where I'm sitting to the wall directly behind me, or my bookcases, is further than that.
And that the researchers feel just the way they did about the moon as they did before you died.
Now, he's got that one right. That, you know.
Nothing will change about the moon when you die. It will be the same. Still the moon. Still there. Still the moon.
On an unrelated note, I had found out recently that whales have been on Earth as we know them today longer than Saturn's had its rings. That, like I said, is completely unrelated, but the whole thing about the moon just kind of triggered that thought.
This message brought to you by an anonymous sponsor. Looking for whatever product or service we offer? We are, whoever we are, the best choice in whatever industry that is.
Yeah, you gotta love those. You gotta love those anonymous corporations.
Listeners, let's take a moment to discuss measurement. The cardinal directions are north, west, south, and east. The cardinal temperatures are 35 degrees Fahrenheit, 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 degrees Celsius, and 10 degrees Kelvin. The cardinal locations are a cave, a long abandoned cabin, the bottom of an oceanic trench, and City Hall.
Okay, I got lost after the cardinal directions. Maybe if you have a clue, you can leave it in the comments below.
The cardinal emotions are wild abandon, guarded affection, directionless jealousy, and irritation.
I don't know. I think lust and passion should be in there, but that's just me.
The cardinal birds are hawk, sparrow, finch, and owl.
Should have been cardinal, but that's just me.
The cardinal names are Jeremy, Kim, Trigger, and Jamie.
Okay. Sad part is I actually had a inmate on a work crew whose given first name was Trigger. So yeah, it was one of those weird things.
And finally, the cardinal sounds are a door slamming, slight movement in still water, popcorn popping, and a standard guitar G-string being snipped with wire cutters. This has been the Children's Fun Fact Science Corner.
Yay!
And now, an important message from StrexCorp Synernists, Inc. Think deeply about meadows?
No.
Meadows are important.
Yes, they are, but I don't. I think it's because I live in the piney woods of East Texas that the meadows I don't think too deeply about.
Think deeply about meadows. Meadows are important. Think deeply about meadows. Meadows are important. StrexCorp. Think.
I wonder if meadows are important, or we should be thinking deeply about meadows. Let's ask StrexCorp about it.
Deeply about meadows. Meadows are important. Okay, enough with that. Back to the tapes.
Oh my God, my first day as an intern.
Okay, this I don't remember. Maybe somebody can let me know in the comments below that I can't remember if they're saying "Oh my God" was was done like that as far back as 2013. I almost said 213, but I think it has, because you've got the rap song. I can't remember its proper name, but it's the "I Like Big Butts." And the intro to the video, you have some white girl who does the "Oh my God" in a very Valley Girl type manner. So maybe, I can't remember when that song came out. It may have been a thing when this came out. This may not have predicted it.
Was just neat. It didn't start out well, what with my brother staring at me from across the breakfast table with those hollow eyes and howling. Ugh, brothers, right? But once I was in the radio station, I knew I had found home. A messy home full of hallways winding away into a labyrinth of audio equipment and tape stacks. Just like home.
Yeah, I think most teenagers in the 80s, especially the mid to late 80s, had like tons of cassette tapes just because that's what we lived on. And 2013, Cecil may have been a kid of the 80s, a teenager of the 80s.
Oh, the station management's door, with its terrifying shadows whipping around in a hazy silhouette, just like that gauzy curtain in the living room back home we never open. And oh, the windows looking out onto empty recording studios that haven't been used in decades, but that still broadcast live shows every night.
Hey, that is efficiency. Cuts the management's overhead down.
Some just heavily amplified insect movement. Others, a whispered voice describing a window opening, a hand reaching in, and then repeating, a window opening, a hand reaching in. Oh, and working with Leonard.
Uh-oh. I imagine working with Leonard was its own, because so far it seems like Leonard's like the exact opposite of Cecil.
When he looks at you through the glass of the booth and he signals you to crouch under a table and cover your head, you know, this is it. I'm actually doing radio.
It's just the enthusiasm of a young kid.
My mom seems really proud of me too. She hid from me for 3 days. Like the longest ever. And she's covered all the mirrors in my house. I'm not sure why, but I think it must be because of pride.
Yes, pride. Pride causes you to cover your mirrors. Me and my wife do it all the time.
Being proud does all sorts of things to a person.
Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry. I got distracted. That weird movement is back. And it's closer now. Hello? Hello?
Is there anybody out there? Not if you can hear me. Oh, wait a minute. Hopefully that's not copyright. That doesn't get picked up the copyright algorithm.
I'm Cecil. Cecil Gershwin Palmer. And you cannot scare me. You cannot. You.
I think this is the first time we get Cecil's full name. The Gershwin is kind of cool. Then again, I like Gershwin, the composer, so yeah.
Cannot. Hello?
Well, that was interesting.
Let's, listeners, let's just go to the weather, okay?
Okay, now, this is our copyright algorithm required break because it's music, and for whatever reason, the copyright algorithm goes hard on music. I will encourage you to go listen to these podcasts on your own. Listen to them without my commentary going on, and enjoy them for what they are. Enjoy the music. Enjoy everything that it is. And a lot of the musicians, a lot of the musical groups and stuff, you can find on Bandcamp. And Bandcamp has got a lot of really, really great stuff. Really crazy stuff, too. But, you know, that's the adventure of it all. So, let's go ahead and pause for the news. Or the weather. Not the news, the weather. Okay, we are back after the weather. Yeah, I hate that we have to do this because there is some really, really great music on the weather, and unfortunately, we can't listen to it all. Hell, the copyright algorithm is tearing me apart on my rabbits and my black tapes uploads, so I've got to figure out what I'm doing, because it doesn't tell you. It just says copyright restriction, nobody will see this video, and it doesn't tell you why. It doesn't tell you what you need to do to fix it either. So, enough about me, and let's get back into Night Vale.
Interning is going great. Mom is gone. Oh, Leonard is super nice to me. My brother is gone too. family, right? I think I'm learning a lot at the station. All the mirrors in my house are uncovered now, and I'm not sure who did that. I'm standing in front of the hall mirror right now. Am I changed? Am I becoming an adult? I look more grown.
Those are all the questions, the important questions that we ask ourselves, or at least I do every day, while standing in front of the mirror.
I think. More professional. Leonard said, if I work hard, maybe I'll be a radio presenter myself someday. Leonard said he once was smaller too, but that he is larger now, that everything is larger, that everything in the universe is growing to towering sizes, but all at once.
The universe is expanding.
All in unison, so no one notices, and it is all the same relative to itself.
That can get weird. If you want to ponder the mathematics on that, because I don't, because the numbers get really big really fast and get really weird really fast, so you know. But it's something to think about if you're a math type person, which I am not.
Leonard lolls his tongue out of his thick purple lips. Leonard hisses. Being an intern is great. That flickering movement is everywhere now. Especially looking in this mirror. I see the flickering movement, and I know it. I think the radio station is fun. I think the radio station is hidden. I think the radio station is like a dark planet lit by no sun.
Ah, Geedy Prime. Oh no, Geedy Prime's lit by a black sun. Excuse me.
I think, therefore I soon won't be.
I don't think that's how that quote goes.
I'm looking in a mirror. The mirror is not covered. The flickering movement is just behind me. Oh!
You gotta hate it when that happens.
What is this? What is this? What? No matter. I'm taking the tape just now, and I'm crushing it.
Probably should have done that years ago.
Into little pieces. None of us have to think about it again. I'll just double check that the mirror in the station bathroom is covered as usual, and then that will be that. Done. Forgotten.
Like all good childhood memories.
We all do foolish things when we are teenagers. We all have foolish, false events that happen to us. Foolish gaps in our memories. Not everything that has happened has ever really happened.
The thing is with how faulty human memory is, that's probably a truer statement than they think it is.
Listeners, especially our younger listeners, consider this. When we talk about teenagers, we adults often talk with an air of scorn, of expectation for disappointment.
Which is true if you think about it. When you see teenagers doing teenager things, we as adults tend to forget that we were once teenagers at doing teenager things. Our teenager things were considered cool because we did them. But because somebody else is doing teenager things that are different than the teenager things we did, we scorn them, which is probably not a good thing. Probably not an intelligent thing to do.
This can make people who are presently teenagers feel very defensive. But whatever
He's not wrong.
everyone should understand is that none of us are talking to the teenagers that exist now, but talking back to the teenager we ourselves once were.
Ooh, that I mean, you could look at that with all kinds of philosophical craziness, because are we really upset with the modern teenagers doing teenager things that are different than the teenager things we did as kids or as teenagers? Because we did kid things when we were kids, we did teenager things when we were that were actually disapproving of what we did vicariously through the actions of the modern teenagers. Something to think about.
All stupid mistakes and lack of fear, and bodies that hadn't yet begun to slump into a lasting nothing.
Not to mention the exchange of body fluids with other teenagers.
Any teenager who exists now is incidental to the potent mix of nostalgia and shame with which we speak to our younger selves.
Like I said, that whole monologue, just if you were to isolate it and just think about it, you could probably drive yourself crazy or sane, depending on what state you already are in right now.
May we all remember what it was like to be so young. May we remember it factually.
Good luck with human memory the way it is.
And not remember anything that is false or incorrect. May we all be human.
And that is the big thing. Being human. And being good to other humans.
Beautiful, stupid, temporal, endless. And as the sun sets, I place my hand upon my heart, feel that it is still beating, and remind myself, past performance is not a predictor of future results.
And there is a degree of truth in that statement.
Stay tuned now for whatever happens next in your life. Good night, Night Vale. Good night.
Well, that was a good episode. I really enjoyed that episode. I like because of the time that has passed since I first listened to these early episodes to now. It's just I have forgotten how good some of these are. It's just how awesome they are. I hope you're enjoying this series. I hope YouTube's not going through some insane copyright smash and grab like they did a few years back. So I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. And remember to be a good human, to be good to other humans. Peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?